Big game tonight for Montreal. Things are tight in the East. They need to play some sound defense, and Montembeault needs to come up big. He's getting his opportunity tonight, so you think he's going to pull out a really strong game.
On both sides is here's a
disappointed.
No problem. That one was called off. Now, really shut the door, Montembeault.
A few moments later.
Okay, but that was a nice goal. You can't really blame him for that one. I'm sure he's going to tighten up as the game goes on.
It never happened. It never happened. This one was invented by a writer. Not this time. It never happened. It's false. It never happened. It's a fake. It's fiction.
I'm kidding. He did kind of tighten up later on, certainly later on. But the funny thing is, not many players had a great game this game. And I'm talking on behalf of the Canadiens and the Ducks. Funny enough, the only player that might have been worse than Montembeault was Lucas Dostal. But can the Montreal Canadiens hang on to win this one? Let's talk about it.
But I got a specialty dessert that's real good. I can make it.
You gotta
nicer.
get her there first.
So for posterity, I'm doing this video the day after the game happened. Usually I do the video the very night. That's why I have like the breakfast club and the late nighters and all those different groups in the community. So this is kind of a different vibe. I brought my kids over to my mother-in-law's. They're staying over there today. I get to do kind of a leisurely little hobby that I love doing. My favorite hobby, making these videos. So I don't really know what direction this is going to go in, but I guess I'll just do it the way that I usually do it. But you probably know by now, Montreal didn't win last night. And they came close. I'm not sure if I want to sell you on the good things about this game or the bad things. I've had time to calm down and kind of like parse things out in my brain, but I still feel the sting of this one. And some things that happened last night worry me a lot. So let's get right into it. First of all, if you're not already a subscriber, why not consider subscribing? I'd love to have you. We're trying to reach 23,000 subscribers. Can you help me do it? Everyone else, don't worry about it. You can still help me out. Hit the like button, hype the video, comment, whatever. It all does something, I think. Alors, on commence avec la formation de départ. Let's just try to find it here on the social media. Nos attaquants, our forwards, we got Caufield, Suzuki, Slavkovsky, Newhook, Kapanen, Demidov, Bolduc, Evans, Doc, Anderson, Deneau, Gallagher. Nos défenseurs, our defensemen, we have Matheson, Gooley, Hutson, Dobson, Shaky, Carrier. Yeah, Shaky is back in the mix. No Gardien, our goalies. Montembeault starting, Dobesh backing him up. So pre-game, TSN had an interview with Nick Suzuki. He said he was happy that there were not any trades done at the trade deadline. I have opinions on that. I definitely have opinions on that. But we get this game started and not even a minute into the game. Wow, Montembeault, you are not locked in, buddy. Like I said in the intro, they challenged this goal and it was offside. That's a lucky one. You gotta capitalize on that luck. But it's not all up to Montembeault, and the Habs allow a fast break by the Anaheim Ducks. And they score again on the first shot, the second first shot of the game.
once again Jackson Lacombe. And work it ahead to center down the wing. Here come the Ducks. Carlson passes over and they score.
But you gotta admit, this was not Monty's fault. This was a brilliant backdoor pass. Hard to stop 100% of these. Although Dostal does a pretty good job on these backdoor shots. So that's a pretty miserable way to start the game. Even if it's just one goal to open it up, that hangs over your head until you can even things up again, right? So can the Habs strike back?
Habs in on the attack. Down low. Here's Suzuki. Finally scores.
They do. Now 2 minutes into the game, Suzuki scores. Slav pulls this off the boards, gets it to Caufield, and Suzuki is coming up the slot, and he buries it. 1-1. Everything is wiped clean. So onwards and upwards, and after Montreal draws a penalty, they go on the power play, and guess who gives Montreal the lead?
Suzuki over the line with Uri Slavkovsky. Hutson moving in, tries the shot, and he scores.
Lane Hutson takes all the room he needs. The shot is deflected. It makes its way past Dostal. Another great goal to get them going. I think you could already see the good parts of this game and how it's going to wind up. I'll continue to draw that narrative as we go along, but I can't understate this. It looks like Montreal is under the influence here. They are setting up so poorly. They're not clearing the zone, and they're losing battles that they should be winning. And then Carrier takes a penalty, so Montreal is going to have to try to fight one off. On the PK, I have no idea how this one stays out. And they do manage to kill this off. There were some scary moments, but they come out clean, only for this to happen.
Chabot, he shuts the 5-hole, another shot, and they score!
Yeah, still in the first period, Gudas from the other side of the zone puts it in on an unscreened shot. Montembeault must be thinking of something important outside this game because he certainly does not have his head in this game. Is he okay? First period, they're getting outshot. They're looking slow, not connecting on passes. It's really reminding me of that game. I think it was against Seattle where we theorized that they had food poisoning. And then almost like a mercy, the period ends and somehow the game is still tied. In fact, Montreal had a close chance near the end there. But man, do I ever not want to see the same hockey being played in the second period. Can they wake up? Can they look more like their better selves? The second period starts. 4 minutes have expired and no shots from Montreal. But it's nice to see Doc getting his line going. And he also draws a penalty. On the power play, Caufield and Slav go on a 2-on-1, but somehow Dostal is able to come up with a big save on Caufield. And then Dostal stuns Newhook right in front. Still in the second period, Trouba dumps Galley at the line, so he's going to go to the box. I think this was interference, or maybe it was cross-checking. Now on the power play, Montreal is working it back and forth. Suzuki feeds Slav back door, but Dostal manages to slam the door again. And now Anderson's going to take a bad call. He dumps somebody behind the play, not unlike what happened with Trouba. And now Anderson's going to go to the box. They're going to have to try to kill this one off again, but can they do it?
At the point, hands off to Gauthier. McCollum and Gauthier back and forth. McCollum, one-time shot and score.
Power play goal, 3-2. A shot from the point makes it in again against Montembeault. It might have deflected off of Evans here, but Montembeault is not properly positioned for this one. I know that Montembeault is one guy, and I defend him a lot, but this game, he deserves some criticism this game. And now it's Demidov's turn to get stuffed by Dostal. Wow, what a save. Hated seeing this. Hated seeing this. This was maybe one of the worst parts of the game for me. Dobson gets outclassed by Ryan Poehling. Poehling gets the puck to Seneke, who is flying in. What's going on here, guys? Come on. And now they're letting up odd man rushes. At least Montembeault seems to have settled down. He's coming up big. And now, nearing the end of the second period, Montreal seems to be warming up. They're shooting more. Maybe that save from Montembeault is something that gave them momentum. Second period is in the books. I think if they continue playing like they did in the second period, they can have a good shot at coming back in the third. Third period starts. They need to come out like they were shot out of a cannon. Let's see if they can do it.
Jacob Trouba breaks this up. Here goes Kreider back the other way. Ducks with numbers. Kreider passes over and they score.
Oh boy, Caufield. Caufield coughs up the puck here. Hutson overcommits. Dobson plays his guy weak. Really brainless stuff on this one. 4-2 for Anaheim. Carlson scores. But the Habs do not let up. The Habs on a 3-on-2. First line is really trying to get something going, but Anaheim is playing the details tight now. Shift after shift, the first line is getting shut down and pushed back into their own zone. They need just a really lucky seam to open up again.
He's a hazard. You're getting away.
Habs off the faceoff, moving around. Caufield scores!
And there we go. Caufield, 4-3. At this point, I might have just went to bed, but this woke me up. Hutson, creating movement, drops the puck to Dobson, who finds the seam pass to Caufield, and he breaks the stink. Caufield, he wasn't having the best game up until this point. It starts to turn around for him. And now another massive save by Montembeault. Okay, things are starting to come together. Can they keep it going?
Win the battle. Side of the net, out in front. Center try for Kirby Doc. Knocked away. Shot and they score!
Yes, they can. Carrier, 4-4. Evans, Bolduc, fighting here, putting in the extra effort, and Carrier, like he often does when he scores, comes in at the right time. Carrier having a really good offensive season for himself. So this looks like another one of those patented games where the Habs go to overtime, but there's still time left in the third period. What's going to happen next?
You're not always going to have your A game.
Here's Hutson off to Dobson into the net, scores!
Caufield with his second of the game. This is actually insane. I kind of feel bad for Anaheim because it's all falling apart for them. Certainly, if you're Anaheim, you wish the style would have a couple of these, but they're all getting deflected, and there's more of explanation for the Anaheim goals that are let in than there is for Montreal. They just have to hold on and lock things up. They're really bad at doing that. They hate finishing the game in regulation. So, can they hold on to the lead for once? Well, the Evans line is doing great in the O zone. They're finding time out of their own zone when Anaheim should really be pushing. And with 3 minutes left now, the Ducks are trying to press, but get caught offside. Can the Habs actually hold on to the lead in this type of game? They really, they don't deserve it, certainly.
Trouba from the line, shot, he scores!
Yeah, and sure enough, Kreider. Trouba loads up from the point. Matheson has Kreider tied up, but Kreider has enough on it to fool Montembeault. Gets a tip in. Same as it ever was, man. Cannot hold on to the lead to get a finish in regulation. They take the face off, and Montreal has been controlling the puck essentially all of OT. Then Hutson gets tripped, and they call it. Montreal draws a penalty in 2026. It's unprecedented. You never hear about this. All they have to do is score on the power play, and there's only like 2 minutes left of overtime anyway. They should be able to get this done. Well, not starting off great. It takes them 40 seconds to set up in the zone, get the puck moving around. The thing is, there's no Hutson QBing. Martin St. Louis plays with Suzuki, Caufield, Demidov, and Slav out there. Strange decision. And halfway through the power play, their first shot. Caufield, one-timer through the seam, but the Styles mechanics are flawless. They take the draw again, and this time Dobson and Hutson replace Caufield and Demidov, but they're not having much success either. Ultimately, they're not able to finish it off in OT, so we're off to the dreaded shootout where Montreal is less than stellar while Anaheim has won 7 straight. They go pretty deep. They're in the 6th round. Killorn beats Monty blocker side, but Monty has been great in this shootout. So has DeStahl. It's all up to Kapanen, and he can't find the 5-hole. He gets crossed out by Anaheim, and Anaheim wins. This is a ridiculous game where both teams should go to the locker room shaking their heads and wondering what they could have done better. So what did I like about this game? They were able to score. They were able to find goals when they had to. That's encouraging. As a Habs fan, it's fun to see this team scoring. The Carey Price era, what would have happened if they could have scored when Carey Price was winning games and stealing games? Which segues well into the things that I hated seeing. Montembeault, you are letting in some real stinkers, buddy. You have to imagine it's a confidence thing because anyone would understand how, important it is to succeed right now. He's being scrutinized. He's being criticized. Apparently, according to insiders, his name was floated around yesterday during deadline. So maybe it's a confidence thing. Maybe he's squeezing his stick and his blocker and his glove too tightly, but he needs to find a way to dig deep and maybe go back to his roots. Foundational stuff, just work on that and maybe take some shots from the point with shaky or something like that. The other thing I didn't like seeing was some of the weak plays by Carrier, by Dobson, Hutson getting outmuscled by larger defenders. Things that I would have preferred they addressed somehow during trade deadline. I was really gunning for a big defensive, hard to play against player. I think that, those of you who watch this channel received that message loud and clear. But it is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. This was a stinker. It's a garbage game that you put away most of it and you say, hey, I'm going to remember these few things. Montembeault is having trouble with the softer shots. We're still not able to hold on to a lead to get us the win. Certain guys, I think, could play their part a little bit stronger. And for the good things, yeah, they can provide offense. Keep pumping that. Keep doing that stuff. But try to find more zone time. And, the passing, yeah, that's great. Pass, shoot. Pass, shoot. Pass, shoot. Don't go pass. Deflect it into the crowd. That's going to do it for me, guys. Hope you liked the video. I'm off to probably do stuff around the house. The kids aren't here. I probably deserve to relax a little bit, but let's get the house in order first. That's going to be fun. Take care of yourselves. You guys know what to do. Like the video, helps me out with, search results or something. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I'd love to have you. And as always, I will see you down in the comments.